I never did that. I never do what society forces you guys to do. I never operated from a conditional manner. There weren't the same conditions when you were in prison. I showed up every single day to fix the moment. And that fixed my life. You guys show up every day to fix your whole life. It's never gonna be any different if you don't learn to master the moment. There is bad moments in the penthouse with millions when you're in tip-top shape. Everything's going to plan. If you don't master the moment, you will have a terrible life because you don't get that life is just a series of moments strung together in different stages of consciousness. Your stage of consciousness matters. So when you think you have a shitty life. It's not a shitty life. When you think you're having a bad week, a bad month. Oh, March sucks. When you think it's just a bad month. It's not a bad month. When you think it's a bad day even. It's not a bad day. It's just a bad moment. And I have the tools to get you to be able to flip every moment. This is self-mastery. Conducting yourself in a manner with a set of habits that cultivates the internal state that then alters your external world and the way you view everything, your perception of everything around you. I've had horrible days up here. It was my choice. It was my choice to fall victim to negative events. Circumstances are going to arise. The way you deal with them is the problem. In all reality, the most positive thing you could ever do is find the silver lining to a negative circumstance, a negative situation. If you can find the silver lining in a negative situation, that is the most positive of all events. But you guys live the opposite. You guys have a positive life, but you're hoping for a more positive experience. That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. Show up and master the moment, and this changes everything. I sit here and I work for the lost ones. I work for the broken ones, the ones with no path. Me, the old me that needed guidance. So I supply a story of overcoming, sitting on my rack in the penitentiary, more composed, at a greater level of peace, more understanding of self to where I was able to elevate past such a negative place and cultivate so much positivity inside simply due to the contrast. To be positive in such a negative place is the most positive of experiences. You guys are operating backwards, like I said, but my purpose, your purpose, is to get in that mirror, to reflect, to understand, and to heal yourselves. If you knew what your job was on this planet, it is so simple. It is just to find the source of pain, that gift that is pain, that source of pain that you've been gifted. Understand it, sit with it. Know that every answer you seek is on the other side of it. Heal yourselves, heal that pain, and then give it away. You motherfuckers are giving people paths. I know with every ounce of my fucking being is the real teachers. What I know is that the real teachers do not tell you what to see. They show you where to look, and it's inside. It's inside. Conscience can ruin living, turns confusion to clarity. You guys are confused because you're listening to the cultural conditioning that has you thinking with your mind and not your heart. And like I said in my book, and like I've said a million times, the biggest problem we cause ourselves is when we try to convince our mind of something our heart knows is a lie. If you sit in that mirror and you're culturally conditioned to say, it's not about how I look. It's not about how I look. It's not about looks. Like, who am I inside? It's not about how I look. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. Because who you are inside, if you were dedicated, grateful, if you appreciated this beautiful life and body that you've been given, this fucking piece of art you've been gifted, then you wouldn't trash it. You would not trash it. So when you sit in that fucking mirror and you look in that mirror and you fucking listen and you're honest, you can hear your conscience. Your conscience is known by every culture as the authentic voice of God, the voice of creation. And it'll tell you. It won't tell you, hey, you need to gain 70 pounds and be all jacked like Wes, and then you can get a Lambo. Your conscience never goes that far. It's just going to tell you, hey, here's the starting steps. The path will illuminate as you walk these steps. So let's just not eat like shit today. Instead of trying to construct the perfect diet, let's just stop eating the foods we know we shouldn't eat, start eating the ones we know we should at the right amount. Let's start there and let's drop some pounds this month. Let's stay dedicated. When you walk a path that's supplied by your conscience, that's unbiased. That's why I say get in the mirror and be honest. Cultural conditioning isn't your honest truth. That's what society believes. I don't want you to believe what I believe or what society believes. I want you to believe at this moment what you need to do that's supplied by your conscience, and I need you to step up and do this. Your conscience is going to tell you to quit drinking today when you stand in the mirror. I don't give a fuck who you are. It's going to say, hey, the drinking don't serve you. It was fun while it lasted. We've had some laughs, but overall it's negative. It's got to go. Regret is your guideline. Remove it. You're going to get in that mirror and it's going to tell you, what the fuck are you still smoking tobacco for? That's like 90s shit. Nobody even does it anymore. Get rid of it. Your conscience is going to tell you, being overweight has stolen so much peace from your life. That's me talking to you, motherfucker. When you walk in public and you're so uncomfortable because you've trashed the body I gave you, that's me talking to you. Who's me? God, creation, the universe, whatever you want to say, speaking to you. Saying, hey, I ain't going to let you live how you want to live till you listen to me. Conscience congruent living turns confusion to clarity. Cultural conditioning causes mass confusion. And you guys just start thinking you're right. You ain't right. Your conscience is right. It's the only thing that's infallible. I ain't right about your path, but I know if you remove everything your conscience is telling you to remove, regret being your guideline, if you remove everything you regret from your life, and you walk in alignment with your conscience, right between the guidance of regret and the call of your conscience is the path you'll walk. Yes, you'll fail. Yes, you'll mess up. And those small failures won't be big ones anymore. And you'll just narrow the path. Right between the call of your conscience and the guidance of regret is the path we walk. You motherfuckers don't get it. You've been taught to conform to everything. No wonder you guys have no authenticity. Every job you showed up to, you had to be fake to get the job, right? You don't walk in the job like, yeah, motherfucker, like, I fucking do this and this is who I am. You go into the job and you have a full different speech pattern. You have different clothes on. You know, you ain't even the same person at all when you walk in there. Good thing Wes Watson never had a job and never listened to anybody. Now, that was supposedly a major flaw at the start of my life, that I never listened to anybody. I got myself in trouble. But failures breed success. So when I failed and I ended up in prison, I calmed down. I dropped all the vices. My mind became clear. Now I found the only guidance we'll ever need, and I went straight to the plug, straight to the plug. You guys are still going to a secondhand cut source for your knowledge. Go to the plug. The only way you're going to get there is to remove everything that keeps you from being there. You're already there. People always ask me, what's your process, Wes? What gets you in the morning really tapped in, and how do I get there? There's no distance to travel. It's you. You're already there. What do you mean? Remove everything that keeps you from being there. And that's everything you ever fucking learned from all these fucking idiots you don't want to be anything like. We finally grow up and we realize that we were taught by a bunch of people we do not want to be like. So now you have the choice. Follow everything that resonates with you, that brings you to you. Looking inside of you and listen to that voice from above. I'll say it again. Conscience congruent living turns confusion to clarity. Listen to your fucking conscience, and your conscience knows. I'll guide you there, and I care. And as soon as you find it, you just go. My clients, after they find the path, they stay on it because their awareness is so high. Every back step is torture. They know they're better. We've instilled it in them over time that the only thing to listen to is their conscience. And it never fucking lies. I love you guys. I'll be here. We'll just be progressing. Everybody on the team, I love you. Everybody who supports those around you by not conforming to bullshit and living a morally correct life, I love you guys. Let's